In 1587, 115 men, women, and children arrived on Roanoke Island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. They were England's first attempt at a permanent settlement in the New World. 3 years later, when a supply ship finally returned, every single one of them was gone. No bodies, no graves, no signs of violence, no explanation. The only clue was a single word carved into a wooden post: Croatoan. It is the oldest unsolved mystery in American history. The colony was organized by Sir Walter Raleigh and led by John White, a mapmaker and artist who had previously visited the region. White brought his pregnant daughter Eleanor and her husband Ananias Dare. Shortly after arriving, Eleanor gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. The colony was established, homes were built, and relations with the local Croatoan tribe were cautiously maintained. Then supplies began to run low. White made the difficult decision to sail back to England for more. He left behind 115 colonists, including his daughter and newborn granddaughter. He promised to return within months. He didn't return for 3 years. The reason was not indifference, it was war. England was at war with Spain, and Queen Elizabeth had commandeered every available ship for the fight against the Spanish Armada. White was stranded in England, desperate to return, watching the months turn into years. When he finally secured passage back to Roanoke in 1590, he arrived to find the settlement completely abandoned. The buildings had been dismantled. The possessions were gone. There were no bodies, no graves, no signs of a battle or massacre. The only thing left was the word Croatoan carved into a fence post and the letter Ciaro carved into a nearby tree. White had agreed with the colonists before leaving that if they moved, they would carve their destination into a tree. If they were in distress, they would carve a cross above it. There was no cross. This suggested the move had been planned and voluntary. White believed they had gone to Croatoan Island, modern-day Hatteras Island, where the friendly Croatoan tribe lived. He wanted to sail there immediately. A storm prevented it. He was forced back to England. He never returned to the New World. He never found out what happened to his daughter, his son-in-law, or Virginia Dare, his granddaughter, who would have been 3 years old when he arrived to find her gone. Subsequent expeditions searched for the colonists. None found them. The Croatoan tribe, when later contacted by English settlers, showed some signs of European ancestry and claimed knowledge of survivors. Some members had gray eyes. Some spoke fragments of English, but no definitive proof of what happened to the colony was ever established. The theories have multiplied over 4 centuries. The most widely accepted is that the colonists integrated with the Croatoan tribe and were absorbed into their community, explaining the gray eyes, the English words, the knowledge of the settlers. Others suggest they attempted to sail back to England on a small boat and were lost at sea. Some point to evidence of drought in the region during that period, suggesting the colony may have fractured and dispersed among multiple tribes in search of food and water. A small number of researchers have found what they believe are artifacts, and settlement remains consistent with a European presence in areas far inland from Roanoke, suggesting some colonists may have traveled significant distances before disappearing entirely. What makes Roanoke so enduring is not just the mystery, but the humanity at its center. John White spent the rest of his life not knowing. His daughter Eleanor, his granddaughter Virginia, 113 other people, gone without a trace. The word Croatoan carved into wood has outlasted every attempt to explain it. 400 years of searching, and we are no closer to knowing what happened to England's lost colony than White was when he stood on that empty shore in 1590. This is Incident Zero, the files they buried, the stories that survived,